Okay.
Hi Shweta, how are you?
Hello, ma'am. I'm doing great. Today I'm feeling much better than earlier. And what about you?
That's so good to know. I'm well as well. Thank you for asking.
I want to ask you a question. Right now, I have been practicing for a long time, but a lot of people maybe started learning and they are thinking that within 3 months, can we learn? Or what are the structures that we can follow? Then we can be fluent, or not fluent, but still we can start speaking within 3 months. So,
Yes.
what are the structures that people
Mm.
should follow?
Yes,
That is
yes.
what I want to know from you.
Yeah. So I think a sample structure would be to, as you said, what helped you listening, right? So you have to listen and speak daily. So if we talk about a 90-day plan, speaking and listening every day is important. Now I understand that speaking for a person is not possible who does not know the language, but as we are mentioning, listening, so everybody now has a lot of access to a lot of things. Almost everybody, the entire population has a smartphone, right? So there are a lot of ways where you can listen to somebody speak in English. So start with basic, very easy sentences, listen to them, and you can repeat after them, right? So of course, so when we say that somebody is starting to learn a language, I'm sure you have a basic understanding of the words, right? So you can
Yeah.
start repeating those words, start repeating those sentences to begin with, and then eventually, maybe after 30 days, you will get a better hold of it, and you can make your own sentences, right? So this is something that you have to do for all the 90 days, right, for a structure. When after the first 30 days, I think we can start working on the vocabulary and the grammar part, right? So the second month can we can focus a lot more on learning what those words mean. So there could be some words, new words that we do not understand the meaning of, right? So we have to build our vocabulary. So to make better sentences, to be able to speak fluently, you need a lot of words, of course, because those words make up the sentences, right?
Yeah.
So vocabulary and grammar, right? So we begin with the grammar practice in the second month. And then the final third month could be about more of conversation, where you actually are in a real life conversation with somebody whom you can respond to in English, right? Like you and I are having a conversation right now. So that
Mhm.
is really important that you do that in the third month, because you have now a solid foundation of the first 2 months of your practice, right? So in the third month, you begin talking with people in English, right? Conversations are very important, right? And
Yeah.
so that boosts your fluency. That even further boosts your practice. And so this could be a sample structure that somebody can follow. Also, you can have a daily, daily scheduled timing. Like in this 15 minute, I'm going to listen to a podcast. So I'm going to listen to a YouTube video. Okay, and the next 15 minutes I'm going to talk to a friend, I'm going to talk to the mirror, I'm going to talk to a tutor, right? So 15-minute listening, 15 minutes speaking, and then 15 minutes of reading, right? So where you get new words, where you get sentence structure. So that is how we can start talking.
Yeah. Do you really think that within 3 months we can learn English? What do you think?
What I feel is that, as I mentioned earlier, of course, you will not able to, you not get that native level fluency, because that's just their native thing. They've been doing it all their lives. What you
Yeah.
can do is you will have a very solid foundation. You will, as I mentioned, you can learn, right? Learn the language, and you
Mhm.
will make grammatical errors. Even in these 3 months, you might not be grammatically perfect, but as I
Yeah.
mentioned earlier, to be able to put your point across, to be able to communicate. So English
Mhm.
will not be a barrier for you if you do this for the 3 months. Follow this step to step follow all these steps for 90 days. So English will not be a barrier for you anymore, and you will definitely be open to a lot more things, and you'll be more confident than you were in the on the
Yeah.
day zero.
Yeah. Absolutely. Within 3 months we can't be fluent. And
Right.
even I want to tell you here that I have been practicing for a long time. It's
Hmm.
years.
Hmm.
So how can I tell that within 3 months we can be fluent? No, it's not like that. It's just I think we need to take as it is a part of our life.
Hmm.
It's a language, not a subject or not a course. Right?
True. Absolutely. It's a skill. And so for learning English, I feel if you keep giving the input, that's not enough. Input is good, but output is even better. So I keep listening to music,
Yeah,
English songs. I keep watching spoken English videos. I keep viewing all these. I keep watching the web series in English, the movies in English. That's good. But if I don't speak every day, even to myself, even in the mirror, if I don't talk to tutors, if I don't talk to a friend in English, you're hampering your own growth. You
yeah,
need to practice that. You need to have that output as well to be able to learn, to be able to speak fluently in English.
true, true. Even I have, seen many people that they start learning English and they have that desire to learn English. They really want to learn English, but what they do, they don't understand. They can't speak English. That's
Mhm.
the reason what they do. First, they only listen. For a
Hmm.
long time, they only consume and consume.
Yeah.
And, you know, and also one point I have seen many times, they only learn grammatical rules.
Hmm.
Grammar, they topic they follow a lot.
Hmm.
Theoretically, they follow a lot and they consume content, but they
Hmm.
don't focus on speaking. But
Hmm.
when I started speaking or when I started learning English, that time I don't know how I realized that from the first day we need to start speaking anything,
Hmm.
whatever we can
Hmm.
speak, or any single word or sentences, even small
Yeah.
sentences, right? So whatever I was listening, I was speaking somehow, like I was practicing in a repeating way, or like imitating them, like the shadow
Hmm.
technique I was doing.
Shadowing, you were using the
Yeah,
shadowing method. Yes, exactly. And that is why you learned in 3 months, right? So when it comes to learning a skill or a language, you have to speak more than you study, right? So as you said, that people keep consuming the content, people keep learning the grammatical rules. That is very good. You have to do that. But you have to use it as well. If you don't use it, you lose it, right? So it holds a lot of importance. And one of the ways you can do it, if you don't have anything else, right? If you can't talk to tutors on such platforms, you can record yourself and listen back. So you will hear exactly what you are saying. You will hear exactly where you are making a mistake, right? So that will be really helpful for you. Now, to conclude our discussion over whether we can learn English in 3 months, so the question still remains: can you learn? So, if you study smart, if you speak often, right, and you stay consistent, right, because that is the most important thing, because time is ticking here, 3 months. So,
yeah,
absolutely, yes, you can definitely do that. But if you want to be perfect, you will not be perfect in these 3 months. That is very clear, very crisp answer to that, that you will not be perfect in this 90-day duration, in this 90-day plan. But if you are consistent, you will definitely be confident. You will definitely be more, you will be clearer in your spoken English. And that's 100% yes if you do that. So that is my view on if you can learn English in 3 weeks, 3 months.
absolutely. Well described. Lastly, at the end, I want to ask you one question with my curiosity. So that is, like we are practicing, we created environment and partners or platform where we can speak and learn English. So, for you, if I talk about you, then how long have you been speaking English since your childhood? Or you don't need to practice, just you are teaching people, or are you, connected with English language, or you just only teach or have conversation?
Yes. So, if you ask me how long I've been speaking in this language, so that started probably when I was born, because my mom used to talk to me in this language. And yeah, this is a story I've told, I think, a lot of times. But people used to make fun of her when she used to talk to me in English. Like, she wouldn't understand. She's just a small kid. She's like a baby of a few months. But then
Mhm.
she told everybody that she does not know Hindi as well. If you talk to her in Hindi or if you talk to her in English, it's the same for her. So she will learn the language that we will talk to her in. So that's how it started for me. And my school, so we had to talk in English, otherwise we were fined. So that's what happened in school, and that's how I was connected to this language all along, and that's why I have the practice. So
Wow.
that's what it takes. You have to keep speaking in the language, keep practicing in that.
Yeah, yeah. why I asked you this question? Because many learners have this mindset that we are learning English, we are practicing for a long time, we have been practicing for 3 years, 5 years. Then how many years we need to practice and how many years we need to continue? Right? Many people ask, and even I also feel that I think how many years it will take to be advanced speaker or not native speaker, at least advanced level that we can speak any topic, anything. That is, I have also this question in my mind all the time. I feel when we will become advanced because we are doing hard work, right?
Right, right. So it just takes a lot of practice. It's a language, you know. So you have learned your mother tongue in so many years. So you have to give that much time to this language as well. So
Yeah.
I hope you keep practicing and attain the advanced level of English if you want to. So Shraddha, I want to ask you one thing. What scares you the most when it comes to speaking in English?
Okay, speaking in English. Currently, I don't face any kind of problem like caring for English speaking. But yeah, one more thing I want to include here, that is when I speak with people or those who are advanced speaker, especially for with them, I think I used to feel nervous, but right now I think I'm connecting with many people, so it's fine for me.
That's amazing. Good to know.
And
Since
I
our
think
topic.
it's very normal for me. Sometimes when I take gap for a long time, I don't do or 1 week. Then when I join with new people, at the time I feel sometimes that okay, I didn't practice English. What if I make mistakes or am I fluent or not? Yeah, sometimes I feel.
And I completely understand that. So, since the topic of discussion today is if people can learn English within 3 months,
Yeah.
what are your views about it? Can you really learn a language or English in 3 months?
Yes, I completely agree that within 3 months we can learn because it's my real experience. I would say when
Mm-hmm.
I started learning, that time I was completely scratch. I was, I didn't know anything about English.
Mm-hmm.
Even I completed my school in Bengali medium, so it was completely my schooling in Bengali. And then I went to college, and in my first year, I got to know about English language that we should learn, and also it's really important for my communication and also for my college study as I took English literature.
Mm-hmm.
So it was completely new for me. Subject was also new, and language was also new. And I was completely scratched. If I talk about my journey of English, I feel wow, that was amazing. I didn't know anything, and even I was thinking that I want to learn from phone. So I started searching on YouTube. I got one phone in my college life first year. That time I started learning this language, and I wanted to learn some skills for my improvement and personality development. So I got to know that if I could learn English language, it would be really amazing for my future. Then I started learning English and I started watching videos because no environment, no partner, nothing. So at that time, I got to know that we can learn English easily by watching videos and also using social media and also online platforms. If we don't have partners or environment, so of course we can learn on phone. Now, technical things are already here. Now, no complaint or no excuses that we can't learn, right? So I would say when I started learning, at the time I started listening and watching, then I got to know that I can understand this language. Because when I started, I was not understanding anything. I was not able to understand words, sentences, and what are the structures are following here and the grammatical rules and everything, right? But I focused mostly listening and watching, observing properly words and sentences carefully, and I did speaking practice as well from the beginning, from the first day. So, that time I didn't know anything is speaking part, but I joined on online platform. It's like, application. So, yeah. So there I started talking with people and, I was not able to speak. Okay. So I was just listening them, what they were saying. And I was speaking broken English like, yes, hello, no, how are you? this much. So starting time I did speaking and listening and watching. And then I did hard work within 3 months. I started speaking. Yeah,
That's
that's my
beautiful.
story.
You have such an inspiring story, Shweta, and you can motivate a lot of people with this, because a lot of people are afraid to begin, right? So you have to start. You have to take the first step, and definitely you can learn anything that you want. And as you mentioned, you used your mobile phones in the perfect manner. You got your phone. You had nobody. You had no partner. No spoken English environment, but still you made it a point and you learned the language. That's amazing. Good to know that.
Yeah.
And obviously, in 3 months, you have a good time to build a very solid
Mhm.
foundation to learn any skill, right? Of course, you will not have that native level fluency. I mean, and that's completely okay. You should be able to put your point across. You should be able to communicate in that language. That's what we need. And so,
Mhm.
since I said communicate, so we should focus on communication and not perfection, right? So you have
Yeah.
started, you've taken that step. So you don't need to be perfect at grammar or anything else to speak well. You just have to put your point across, right?
Mhm.
I'll see you again in the next session, Shweta. It was lovely talking with you. Take care. Bye bye.
Thank you so much. Have a great day.